You can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. An expression we lizards are not very fond of, bred as we are in the shell. I can therefore assume the phrase, "you can't make super soldiers without messing up wombs," would be equally unpopular among elves and dwarves, Commander. To put it delicately, Trinculo is an utter loon, and I hope you'll tell him as much.
I think I prefer his bomb over these mutants Trinculo is so hell-bent on manufacturing, Commander. War machines I'm all for. War monsters, not so much.
Let's see. Fetal experimentation. No. Thank you, Commander.
Super soldiers sound good on paper, Commander, but the methods to make them are bizarre and frankly unnatural. Budding life should be protected, not subjected to sordid trials.
I agree. Denied.
Not again, Commander. No to Project Megabomb, no to Project Super Soldier. You're determined to see the first ever depressed imp, aren't you? 'Cause you're getting there.
Very wise of you, Commander. Trinculo really needs to have his head examined. Were he a lizard, he must have hatched from a rotten egg, as we say.
Gosh, what if I agree on most of this? Oh, can't wait to see what that happens.
So, another sick and senseless impish scheme has been tossed into the trash can. Just a matter of time, though, before they come up with another.
No fetal experimentation, then. Thank you, Commander.
The imp is no more than a tiny demon in disguise, Commander, and his workings are those of the devil, not the divines. They should not be encouraged, and indeed they have not. Well done.
Super. Okay. Actually, undo that last part. Nice. Okay, take that place. Then I go, after I finish that, actually, there you go. %100% chance and 100% chance. Awesome. We're about to finish this in a couple more turns. I don't need to watch through that. We're gonna win. Super soldiers that would turn the tides of battle. No thanks, says the Emperor. That's actually good news. Didn't write that very well. Today we are all equals, announced Proud Prosper. A celebration ceremony ends in vicious fistfights. Oh, idiots. Emperor rumored to have a palace built within enemy bones. That is just disgusting. I would never live in such a thing. The research point total per turn will decrease by 1%. Who cares? Nothing new? That kind of sucks. Well then, back to the battlefield. Let's see. That place is more defended than my capital. Kind of sad. Yeah. Divide it up evenly. Hello, boys. Oh, that's not cool. Oh, that's not cool. Dude, that's so not cool. %, 100%, 53%, or 57%, sorry. That's okay. I can personally take control of that army. Or not. I'm winning this fight then. Let's see, I have armor. Enemy armors will have reduced movement speed, sure. And allied Zeppelin will have more hit points, there you go. And then Scarlet. Yep, Scarlet, take control. There you go, we're winning this battle, easily. Didn't expect that, did ya? You fool. Yeah, I'll just use all of it. I don't need any of it, really. Annoying cards. All dead. Good job. The Rublin Times. Emperor rumored to have palace build. Oh my god, this just repeats now. What the hell?
Dear me, Commander. But I do believe one of your generals is smitten with an elf girl of the highest nobility. That means it's either Henry, who's intolerable, or Edmund, who's insufferable. I can only hope she'll soon come to her senses.
So, I see old Edmund is head over heels in love with a saucy bit of elven skirt. Never would have thought he'd get his little tail stirring over one of her kind.
So Edmund, huh? Interesting.
I'd have a word with Edmund if I were you, Commander. I've heard him muttering about a duel, and those are never a good idea. If he kills someone of import, the Council will cry havoc.
Victory sure take.
May my mind forgive my heart, Commander, for it has poisoned it with honeyed venom, with that sweetest of all toxins, love. A part of me is nauseated for even uttering so saccharine a sentence, but I cannot help myself, as I have been enchanted by the super-earthly elegance of an elven belle.
Really?
Her name, Elizabetha. Oh, dulcet set of syllables. The most beautiful damsel of woman born. Blessed be I, for she loves me too. There is but one obstacle in our course toward ultimate happiness, the most classic of lovers' impediments. Her father, Lord Larrodshire. May the plague beset his person. The lout detests me almost as much as I detest him. Already he has gone too far by calling me a swamper, the ultimate insult to us lizards. But this elf lord will be a hindrance no longer, for I intend to challenge him to a duel and be done with him.
Killing a girl's father in a duel will hardly do wonders for your relationship. Why not let the insult slide and show him yours above such pettiness?
Under normal circumstances, I'd dismiss your advice as a showing of weakness. But reason insists you're right. I'll abide by his scurrilous manners for Elizabetha's sake, even if it takes all my force of will not to slice him open and eat his liver raw.
That is disgusting, sir. That is absolutely gross and disgusting. I will never, ever want to eat liver again. They were quite delicious. Okay. Ooh, we can go in there today. This turn, huh? What are you, insanely stupid? Your capital shall be mine. Swamper swoons for Elvin Bell. Emperor denies him duel after insult. The brutal clash of war and modern civilization. A reporter ongoing investigation. You deserve to be lied to. Blah blah blah.
Edmund surprised us all, Commander. If he could win the approval and even friendship of surly Lord Larridshire, he must have behaved. Behaved like an elf. Quite wonderful, if a little disturbing.
I went to have a word with Elizabetha, wanting to warn her about Edmund, and indeed all men. But from what I hear, he's been quite the gentleman. Always have I regarded that word to be a contradiction in terms, but Edmund is trying hard to prove me wrong.
We gave them a good...
Victory sure to...
You'll be glad to know, Commander, that I followed your advice. Despite the tactless treatment I received from Lord Larridshire, I was the very picture of gallantry at a dinner thrown in my honor by darling Elizabetha, during which I amazed them all by my command of elf etiquette in the ancient tongue. As the evening drew to a close and the ladies retired to the music room, the Lord poured me a brandy and apologized for his ill-chosen words uttered during previous occasions. I'm now quite at home when I visit the estate, enwrapped in a friendly warmth, weirdly welcomed by my cold-blooded self. Thus I am the one most amazed, for never would I have thought myself capable of enjoying the company of others, let alone non-lizards. Love conquers all, if you'll forgive the platitude.
How nice for you, Edmund.
Commander, working with environmentally responsible building materials is having the positive effect we had foreseen. We know very well, though, that this evolution came at big costs. So I've been racking my brain, thinking of how to reduce them. Finally, I have found the answer. The nationalization of industry. All these privately run factories, all these suppliers, they are letting profits flow to their own pockets.
I
and
see.
they deliver rather shabby products as a result. Enough, I say. Let the state control industry, and quality will increase, whereas production costs will decrease once more.
I agree fully. I don't care what the fuck other people say, but industries definitely should be controlled by the government.
Heathen talk. That's what the elves indulge in once more. They'll want to nationalize the Church of the Seven next. But its bookkeeping is its own. No secular inspector may behold their completely correct administration.
Nope, I disagree.
Nationalization? Oberon is running a fever, Commander. Don't you heed his delusions. Take business out of private hands, and you'll end up with state-produced claptrap devoid of imagination. An increase in quality? I doubt that very much.
No, we just let them run. Well, that is very true.
For the state to usurp private property would be a serious breach of its sovereign rights, Commander. You'll not stop abuse or bribery at all. Money will change hands just like it did before. Only the greedy fingers doing the receiving will differ. Give the state too much power and the level of abuse will grow exponentially.
I agree.
Stupid elf. Send directors to inspect our factories? I think not, Commander. Imp industry is the imp's business. Believe me, it's for the best. You don't want to know what's going on behind those doors.
Nationalize industry. Oh god, what is wrong with these decisions? It's just so hard to make, man. Oh man, this is like... Nationalize industry? I don't know, like having a state or government run industry would make it. Sorry, I can't do it. I agree, industry have their own thing, and even if the cost would go into the pockets of the people who's running it, that's fine, but they're able to create things that. Yeah, okay.
Commander, you're letting the Sir Silverveins of this world spread their corpulent and corrupt influence. Why you would do so is beyond me. They stuff their pockets, exploit their workers, and saddle us with second-rate machines. They profit from the war and care not for peace.
Good. Calm returns to my mind. Imagine for the Church to be held accountable for its accounts. The mere idea is ridiculous. Thank the gods it was all but a fiction.
Wonderful, Commander. I knew you'd be too sensible. Why, you'd have crippled Dwarven economy, and those who do, well, we cripple them.
Very commendable of you, Commander, to realize the state is served far better by a greater freedom of its subjects than a greater control over them.
Dodged the bullet there, we did. Just let us deliver our goods and don't ask any questions. You like a good shepherd's pie, don't you, Commander? But you don't want to see how it's made.
Dude. Actually, I do know how it's made, and it's interesting. Ugh. Okay. Well, this is the final battle anyways, and it would have gone a lot longer, but as you all very well known, I kind of do a little bit of cheats here and there, a little bit of exchange here and there. Well, this is gonna suck for them. Okay. This is the last battle. I will lead it myself. Sure, I'll add in more stuff. This is like beyond anything. Wow. I am just going to decimate them. Really don't need that, but why not? Last battle, guys. Thank God, because that lasted so long. And there's a chapter 4. I'm gonna be slightly pissed off because this game has gone on way too much now. Gone further than it needs to be. Especially this last chapter is just awful.
You found me.
Dead set to it. Nothing will stop me.
Construction underway, Commander. That's impossible, Commander. Construction in progress. Construction in progress. Construction in progress. That's impossible, Commander. That's impossible, Commander. That's impossible, Commander.
Probably this was a horrible idea.
Battle forge completed. Anti-air turret completed. That's impossible, Commander. Your unit will soon be ready. That's impossible, Commander. That's
Goddamn.
impossible, Commander.
Being in actual battle, my units are nothing.
In the house. Unit is being manufactured, Commander.
What the hell? I thought I would get more units than this when I chose to actually do it.
The dies, the imp dies. That's impossible, Commander. All right, all right. Your unit will soon be ready. Your unit will soon be ready.
Shit.
Unit is being manufactured.
Warlock awaiting orders. Destruction is imminent.
Uh-oh, this is so not good.
Construction in progress. Trooper ready to march. Construction in progress.
fresh from the barracks.
Your unit will soon be ready. Unit is being manufactured, Commander. Aero factory completed.
What is that ironclad on guard?
What needs
Oh.
evaporating? Your unit will soon be ready. Destruction is imminent. Doctors in the house. No time for tests. Treatments quicker. What needs evaporating? Barrels loaded, Commander. Apocalypse now. Ready to follow you, even into death. Duty calls for a real hero. Not enough support, Commander. I'm afraid. We're out of support, Commander. Doctors in the house.
Imp Bunker Buster?
Grenadiers are filled up with ale.
That's impossible, Commander.
Oh my god!
Big beer keg reporting for duty.
Unit
This
is being
fucking
manufactured,
nukes!
Commander. Machinery is strong, but not that strong, Commander. Acknowledged. Not enough support, Commander. I need a target, quickly! Playtime is fun, but when does the killing begin? Construction underway, Commander. Construction in progress. It will be built in a...
Woo! Okay. So the battleships are just dominating everything. Really nice. I won. I took everything. Rivelin Times. Victory! Dragons conquer Rivelin. Yeah.
Welcome back, Commander. One last time, let me welcome you back aboard the Raven. The Empire has been restored. Peace, briefly dethroned, follows in your wake. What three mighty men once set out to do, you have accomplished single-handedly. In the name of an entire world, in the name of delivered millions, I thank you. Long may our friendship last, and long may last your reign.
So what about Corvus, our secret demon?
He has been finally defeated, Commander. So many of his aspects you have destroyed that he is now but a shell, bereft of all powers. When I dismantle the Raven, him I shall banish to the abyss he came from, and with him, the last remaining traces of that vile traitor, the Architect.
So, where do we go from here?
Your wife and all her wisdom I have sent out to locate the best and most beauteous spot in Rivelon, where we will build your castle. Then, a capital we'll build around your castle, and an empire around that capital. An empire that will stand for 1,000 years. But for your blessed realm to remain standing so long, we must destroy every last bit of demon technology, including this majestical Raven. It is a sad thing indeed when such wonders need to be undone, but we cannot trust the nature of man, or any of the others. Soon these machines will be but figments of the imagination, be like snippets of dreams that fade from memory upon waking. We cannot have it any other way. Give the word, dear dragon, and I shall commence to shape the world anew.
I should like to have a word with my fellows still on this ship.
By all means, Commander. I'm certain they all wish to congratulate you on your victory.
Where's the imp?
Commander, the Seven have truly favored us all. Heathens wither in the throes of death as we tread by them victoriously. Glory be unto the gods. No mortal can, of course, truly mimic their magnificence, but the harder we try, the more we may find favor in their stern, just eyes. I'm afraid what favor you have found does not quite live up to the expectations I had, but I'm contented in the knowledge that times of peace may just bring the faithful new challenges which we may overcome together. For peace, as you will be aware, so frightfully easily leads to vice. Besides, the Empire is but new. So many who stray have yet to be subjugated. Whatever your merits, Commander, much more can be done. Yes, indeed. After all, so say the hallowed 7 scriptures. The world shall never be perfect until all that stirs is bone.
Praise be, Commander. Rivellon has been saved, and her great green mother with her. Quite clearly, we have but one being to truly thank for this unexpected and inimitable feat, and that is you. Nevermore, I think, has the freedom you have granted us put a greater responsibility on our shoulders in turn, on each and every one of the civilized races. We must earn back the very rights to happiness your liberation entitles us to. I will remain a politician for certain, and I will continue to defend elven viewpoints valiantly, even though you have gone to incredible lengths already to ensure our ideals move beyond the stages of conception and enter the dimension of reality. I foresee a bright future, Commander. Indeed I do. Yes, I may have to contend with dwarves and undead still, but that is no price to pay at all in return for the stability of peace. Thank you. May the spirits of nature guard your soul, and may their wisdom be your constant companion.
See, the thing is, I believe that there are a lot more missions that it haven't just unlocked yet. You know, I've done all 3 main ones for the dwarf. All 3 main ones, right? The bomb, the mutants, nope, they're missing 1 from the imps. 2 from the elves, I'm probably missing 1 from there too. And for the undead and the lizard, I haven't done any of them. So there's plenty more of the political missions left that I haven't done, because I skipped through the last part of the game because I was getting really tiresome of the battles.
Commander, allow me to congratulate you. Not just from the bottom of my heart, but the deepest recess of my beer-soaked liver. More affectionately and sincerely, I cannot be. We've come a long way, and along the road, Dwarf and Dragon have become the stoutest of allies. Dare I say it? Friends. You, Commander, no, Emperor, will be a monarch to remember. A man whose memory will wear out untold ages. Rivellon is yours, one fair and square. So treat her well, for a mighty fine realm she is. But come, let's have a drink, you and I. We've earned it both. Today, no politics. Today, no war. Today, we raise our glass to Rivellon and to the dragon who secured her freedom.
This moment has been so long in the making, Commander, that now the hour strikes, it seems almost unreal. And yet here we are. The war is over. We have won against unthinkable odds. Unlike some, I know full well what this victory means. How important it is to enact what you and Maxo set out to do. It's uncommonly brave to revert time, as it were, and undo the miracles of magic that brought us victory. Only a handful would understand how uncommonly wise this is as well. Such wisdom requires a lizard's mind, I do believe, abounding with primordial profundity, or at least a lizard's vision. You do possess both to a degree, though perhaps not as much as I had hoped. Still, I do not mean to put you on the spot, dear dragon. What you have accomplished outshines the political tribulations we had. And who is to say we shan't find you more accommodating in the future? We are but on the cusp of your illustrious career. Of that I am certain. For I am convinced that more than in the empire you won, your legacy will lie in the empire you will leave behind. It is my fondest desire. It will be a realm in which all lizards will reside in freedom and happiness.
Ah, Commander. Everyone seems to be in a rather merry mood today, as if our final victory took them all by surprise. Oh, these short-sighted simpletons. Bless them, eh? As though any endeavor that has my backing is not bound to prevail. I do oftentimes wonder why Maxos was in such awe of your inherent qualities, when in truth they do not consist of much more than a somewhat mediocre metamorphosis into a picture book monster equipped with a rather inflammatory form of respiration. As far as conquest is concerned, I'd have most assuredly done even better than you. Plus, I'd have been able to converse with people without them insisting I take a breath mint. Still, the one thing that really matters, the one thing that will be remembered is that the dragon came, saw, and conquered. And there's an end to it. But anyway, enough banter. A good sherry is what I need. They brought in some new casks only yesterday, I do believe, so I live in good hopes I may yet have a sip of sherry worthy of its name before this ship is decommissioned, and we with it.
Bulls, bulls, we've triumphed, Commander. After long last, we can say, game over, lads, the war is won. No cry rings quite so cheerily and chillingly in the ears of an old warhorse like me. Aye, for I may be a well-seasoned stallion, but I'll be damned if I'm ready to be put out to pasture. And how about you, then? Guess you've made your old man proud. His empire shattered like a stricken sheet of glass, but you've managed to puzzle it all back together. And a good job you did too. Dragons, eh? They'll get the job done. Guess you've got a couple of 100 years ahead of you. Me, a couple of dozen with any luck. That's okay though. I've pretty much accomplished what I wanted and more, thanks to a couple of gentle nudges by your hand. Perhaps Scarlet Catherine and I can join forces now, if they be willing. Always some mischief going on in the world in need of setting right. Good then. That's settled. Now, let us drink. You didn't think I was gonna let you gallivant off without joining me in a toast, did you? Come on. Down the hatch. To us, Commander.
To us.
Well then, Commander. Looks like it's all over. What seemed impossible only a relatively short while ago has been made a reality. Maxos was right all along. You, the dragon, were destined to redeem the realm. But you have done more than conquer the world, you know. You have been an instrument of redemption. I was a bitter woman when my kingdom was taken from me, and all the more enraged by the injustices I and every woman had to suffer. You, however, have cured both my bitterness and my loss in the faith that any man could be a creature of honor and respect. Thereby you yourself have earned great honor and respect in turn. Cherish your victory, Commander, for it is yours more than any other. Long may your memory rouse the heart of each and every being that loves this blessed plot we call Rivellon.
Ha ha! You did it, Commander! We won! Do you realize what this means? We can go home, live lives of peace! Oh, Lord, I'm gonna be bored all day, aren't I? Come to think of it, maybe I won't. I've a new quest to start, you know. One you helped me embark upon. There's a girl out there in the wide, wild world. A girl whom I shall love, and she will love me. That's a great adventure too, isn't it? A journey more worthy than war. Yes, I'll leave in the morrow. But know, Commander, that oftentimes I'll gaze skyward with a smile on my lips, and when I do, you'll be the one I think of.
Oh, that's sweet.
There we bally well have it, don't we, my lord? Well, I can't believe it's over. Indeed, I don't. No more tinkering, no more hammering, no more engineering. Oh, what a sad, sad day. Bitter misery.
Aww.
Then again, the raven stopped singing to me long ago. The things she taught me were more precious than anything that rigid old sorcerer could come up with. Time for Grumio to pack it in. Time for my poor cousin Trinculo too. We'll have to invent new wonders all over again. Yes, that'd be good fun actually. How about I join your court, my lord? Oh, the crafty contrivances I could fashion for you and your wife. Fountains that spout wine or beer on command. Fans that wave by themselves. You can kiss those smelly orc slaves goodbye. Oh, and carriages that stay cool inside even in the summer. Oh, we'll have us a blast, my lord.
That sounds wonderful.
Buggering, bonking blunderbusses, Commander. You've done it. Not that I ever quite doubted a fire-breathing beast, equipped with my nephew Grumio's jetpack, but by golly, you sure gave us a show. Imps and dragons. You know, sometimes we see eye to eye, sometimes we stamp each other's toes, and when we do, mine's smart a tad more. But that's okay. We're chums, you and I, aren't we? No doubt about it. Oh, lordy, lordy, what an occasion this is. I feel like I should say something profound, but such is not the way of imps. All I can say is this. Please, 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 don't listen to that old goat of a Maxos and destroy all this technology. By every god that never was, these trinkets, these gadgets, these machines, they're so much fun. But they will be destroyed, won't they? Blimey, Commander. If that's not like a pigeon pooping right on your birthday cake the very moment you're about to take a great big bite.
It is impossible. Impossible that I have been beaten. I who was so many, reduced to one. So much blood has been spilled, been lost. Not even Magia Sanguinis could tame your soul. For one such as you, I can but stand in awe. Eternities of torment would I have made you suffer. And yet, in the servant I had foreseen, I find my undoer. May Maxos end me swiftly, for such shame sears my soul.
I love you too. Can I still upgrade my dragon? I want to buy everything. Actually, I have more than enough money to buy everything, really. There you go. Where's my queen? Oh yeah, she's looking for a new castle.
You have spoken with your companions, Commander? Are you ready to set in motion the realm's new destiny?
I'm ready, Maxus. Let us hereby end the war for good, and our engines of war with it.
Very well, Commander. In this end, let us find myriad new beginnings. Now dawns an age of peace. Now breaks in golden light the Pax Draconis. And so it was that after long last, Sigurd's son, the prince they had called a bastard, became Emperor of Rivellon. Peace descended upon the battle-scarred realm, and each and every war machine was duly destroyed. No longer did demonic technology hold sway, and the world became one of harmony once more. Harmony between magic and nature. As for Maxos, grateful his friend had secured his father's legacy, he knew this would be the beginning of a new age. That of Dragon Knights.
Wait, there's not even a credit to the game? Can I play the credits? Yeah, I'll play the credits. Okay, so... Oh, okay, you're welcome. But, as always, I will give you a little bit of my opinion on this game. Let's talk about the combat of the game, because that's the main point of what this game is trying to get across, is that you control a dragon, you are the dragon, and you control yourself during a battle. And you can do, you know, like every other dragon, breathe fire, or heal your units, or all these sorts of stuff. So, the main components to the gameplay, or the combat of this game, is just build units and attack. And I feel like they try to put too much micromanagement into the game. Now, the reason I say that is because when you're in dragon form, you can't micromanage your units. All you can do is tell them to select your units and tell them to go attack a location, and then you just attack move there. They don't auto-use techniques, so it is a huge detriment for you to be in dragon form. A huge detriment. Dragon form is also very weak. Any anti-air unit can take down you, the dragon, in a couple of shots. So dragons are extremely weak in this game, and it's utterly absurd. Also, because you can't actually tell your unit to just auto-cast everything, playing against the computer is just utterly one-sided when they have more units than you. Even if they have the same amount of units, it's also one-sided, because you can't micromanage better than a computer. It's impossible, you know? They have so much units, like, some unit can disable your units for over 40 seconds, okay, by turning them to a giant bug. And that's annoying when the enemy can do that, like, constantly to your units, but you have to micromanage your units so that they can even cast on a couple of units of theirs before they're dead. So it's not fair, really, to have computers that can just auto-cast everything really extremely fast, and you can't. So I just wish that most of these spells, most of these abilities, are just auto-cast abilities, but it isn't. So the combat just mainly divulge, or devolve, or disintegrate into just a simple attack move. And that's basically what this combat really is. Sure, you can use your abilities to turn the tide of battle really easily, I might add. Abilities in this game are completely OP, okay? If you use it right, it's really OP. And for that very reason, it is very unbeneficial to actually be in dragon form during a fight. Sure, if you're running low on units, it's very beneficial, but if you're not low on units, and you have a lot of units, then you might as well not be in dragon form to support your units, because your units have abilities that would just dominate the battlefield for you. So why be in dragon form, especially when you can't tell your units to use their abilities in dragon form? It's really dumb. But that's just the main combat of it. The others just like any other world map turn-based game like Total War, Civilization. You just build units, you group them into groups, and then you send them into a certain area, and they'll just kill everything based on percentage of how many units you have compared to the enemy's units. So, and then another major part of the game is definitely the political decision of the game. That's a very nice touch, I might add. I think that's the best part about this game, by far. It's better than the combat, it's better than anything. And I feel like that's also a very fault to it, because in the multiplayer, they're not going to have that political thing, because it's not needed, you know? So, very unfortunate that to have such a great thing be only in the campaign. But, that being said, it is an absolutely wonderful thing. I love making all the political choices. I love making controversial choices based on like races, or would you put your own citizens above making money, or empire? Would you allow them to have freedom? Those decisions are just wonderfully made. And I love how there's so many of them too. And I know there's more. I ended the game much earlier than what it's supposed to be, because I cheated, obviously. But if I had gone through it normally, I would have been able to see all the others' choices or political decisions I could have made. So it's a very nice touch to the game, and I think it benefited the game greatly. So thank you for watching my playthrough of what is it? Divinity Dragon's Commander, sorry. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I love this political type games. I love making decisions like this, and I like the combat in it too. It's not bad by any means. It's just not very I would say not very in-depth. So it's a good game. It's definitely a good game. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope that you'll tune in for another playthrough that I have. So, and if you want to listen to my babble about this game even more and give you my final score in the game, then stay tuned. If not, I will see you in another playthrough. Thank you and goodbye. Okay, so if you're still listening, I'm guessing you want to know my opinion on this game. So let's talk about it from actual start to finish, shall we? Start with the graphics. The graphics of the game is okay. It's not like the best in the world, but I didn't expect it to be the best in the world because it's a real-time strategy game, and a strategy game shouldn't really have the best graphics in the world. Because if you want a strategy game to be good, you need to have it to be able to play at a very high FPS always. And that's what this game, I think, achieved very well. I never got anywhere below 45 frames per second, really. So it's a good thing. Like StarCraft, for me, dipped below much more than that when we have a giant battle going on. So this game did it very well. And the battles in the game were much bigger than StarCraft is. So, decently presented graphics. I also say the graphic style of the characters in the Raven is also very well done. It's very not like detailed, but it's very I would say clayish. You know, it had this neat graphic style that just presents the characters very well and presents the world very well. And I do very much enjoy that. The sound aspect of the game is also very good. The music is okay. I didn't really hear anything that wowed me or anything. The sound effects is also nice. The most of the sound effects didn't sound very jarring, didn't really sound you know, out of place or anything. So the graphic sound effects is also very nice. The voice acting is superb. I didn't expect that from this game, really. I expected some voice actors to be really bad, but none of it was really bad. Actually, most of it were very, very good voice acting, and that surprised me the most in this game. That the voice acting was so superb. And there's more of the story. The main story of this game is you are a bastardized son between your father and a dragon, your mother, and you found out that your brothers from your father and human mother side killed the king, your father, and now are trying to take over the entire region of Riverland. And you, the dragon knight, as you are so deemed because you can turn into a dragon, need to take over the land and prevent it from falling into the hands of your brothers and sisters. And that's the main story of the game. Sure, there's some twists and turns. Oh, that's one twist in the game to where you meet a demon, and then he in turn to take over all the soldiers that was left over and started killing you in the end. But really, that's the main story of the game. It's not very good, I might add. It's very simplistic. It's very non-intuitive. You knew that the demon would turn on you the moment you met him. I mean, he's a demon, so no surprise there. What's really good about the story is definitely 100% the political and decisions and the interaction between you and your commanders. That is the best I have ever experienced in any game with character development and how you can get attached to these characters, these fictional characters. It's definitely one of these games that excels the most in the aspect of characters. If you're playing this game for the gameplay, for like the strategy part of it, it's not very good. It's nothing to be like, you know, be wowed about. But definitely, if you're looking for a good, you know, character development, a good game to where you have a good conversation and make huge and big decisions in the game, then this is definitely for you. Especially, I love the fact that there are so many so many different choices you can make in the game. Okay, most of them is just between two different choices. Do you agree with this person or you disagree with this person? You allow this person to do something, you disallow them to do something. And really, that's great. That's absolutely wonderful. Not to mention, I picked my wife to be the lizard, okay? I could have chosen the elf, the dwarf, or the undead to be my wife. And I didn't. And I bet you anything, those would have even different arcing interactions with my wife. And I can't believe that with the lizard wife, because that's the only one I can actually think of, because I married her, is that you can also make different choices with her. Sometimes you'll have this court case because she's a lawyer, and you can help her make a decision in one or two cases. You can either tell her to abide by the law, and without a doubt, the law is the rule and everybody must follow it. Or you can tell her to do the opposite by telling her that, well, he did this for his wife. You can't really punish him for that. Sure, he killed this guy that killed his wife, and he's taking revenge. I know it's against the law, but he's only doing what anybody else would have done. And you can tell her to do that, and she will take more of an emotional side into her court cases than a professional side. And in the end, she will turn out one way or another, and she would develop into a different character depending on what you tell her to do. In this playthrough, tell her to be law-abiding. I wanted her to be strict with the rules. So that's what she turned out to be. And I love how these different decisions can turn her into one way or another. And I bet you anything that all the other princesses, okay, or your wives, also have this different decisions you can make. And of course, theirs are different because they're not a lawyer. These your other princesses are much different. One is religiously devout. One is from the dwarf, so she must be like loving gold, and the other's from the elves who wishes you for your true love. All these different things are into the story aspect of the game, to where it enhances so much. It basically compact so many different stories into the game that it just outshines the main story so much that it's just improved the game in so many ways. Not to mention political decisions. I believe I have only gone through at least, or at most, 75% of all the political decisions I could have made. So definitely, this game is worth a second playthrough, just to experience all these different decisions you could have made with your wife, okay, with picking a different wife, with all these different political decisions you could have made during the game, and how it impact your economy, your relationship, your soldiers, everything. And this system is very well implemented, and I love it so much. Now, moving on to the gameplay part of this game. You already heard me talk about it in the earlier part, so I'm going to summarize it a little bit. It's very non-tactical. It's just attack move over and over. The dragon seems to be very underpowered. He dies extremely easy. His abilities have a very short range. You can't shoot fireball from way above in the sky and expect to hit the ground. I guess it's a balance thing, but it makes the dragon feel so weak that you rarely use him. Really, you rarely do. You really only use him when you're in a dire situation to where the enemy is just overwhelming you. And sure, the dragon can take out huge clumps of enemies, but he can die in a couple of missile shots, which is very unfortunate. So the game usually divulges into just attack move, attack move, attack move. Okay, here's use a couple of abilities here, use a couple of abilities there, a couple of unit combinations, but that's just a very basics of any RTS, really. If you want to be more strategic, you need to put more stuff into the game, like resource management, which this game doesn't have. It just has one type of resource that runs out after a while, which is not very cool to have, actually. And there's no way to generate more if you run out of your resources, because you just have a fixed amount at the very beginning. And that's it. That's all there is to the combat. I wish there was a lot more to it. And if you're gonna have a dragon element to it, you need to mix a lot of the abilities to have autocast. Because when you're playing against an AI, They don't have a dragon, so they can auto-cast their abilities. But auto-casting abilities is so much better, so much better than actually, you know, having a dragon, because the ability system is just so overpowered. So the combat part of this game is not very well developed. I say it needs a little bit more work to it. They need to make it a lot more complex, I would say. Make it so that the dragon can do more than just telling your units to just go attack a location, you know. And having units to be a lot more balanced with their abilities. Having weaker units have a lot more functionality in them would help too. So lots of things to do with about the combat part of this game. It's definitely not the best part by any means. So in summarization and conclusion of this game, what's good about it? The good thing about it is definitely, like I said, my favorite part about this game is definitely the decision you get to make, the political decision, the personal decisions between your commander, your wife. That is definitely the best part of this game, in that there's so much story packed within this game, packed within the main story, which is not very good. That it enhances the game so much that the combat just felt like a side thought, like an afterthought to the game. That's how good the decisions you make in this game are, and I loved it. Another good part of the game is definitely the graphic style. I do enjoyed it very much, and definitely the sound is nothing to be forgetful about. The sound system in this game, the sound in this game is very well done. It's presentable. It's nicely put together. The bad part about the game is definitely, I say, the combat system, but then again, it's just a newly released RTS. No RTS at first release will be balanced, will be playable by any stretch of the imagination. There's always going to be development, so I really do hope they put a lot more time into the combat in this game and refine it and make it so that it's the best combat you can possibly get out of this style of combat, to where you have a dragon in play. Another sad part of the game is definitely the main story. The main story is nothing to be excited about. It's so boring. It's so unimaginative. But with that said, the side story is just amazing. Really, that's much it between the two. So it's very much balanced. I would say this game is definitely worth a second playthrough by a lot, because you want to be able to experience all the other political decisions you could have made, and all the political decisions you missed, all the choices of wives that you could have had, and how each of them will present, and how each of them have their own story. It's very nice. So definitely worth a second playthrough. I would definitely play it again, but I won't record it now. One is enough. One playthrough is enough in this game. Also, so yeah, that's my final thought of the game. And if I have to give it a score, I say this game, just for the story, okay, just for the campaign itself, I would actually give it a 7.5. Simply because, and trust me on this when I say most of the points are going to the story. Too bad the second major part about this game is the combat lacks in a lot of ways. And that's what dragging it back a lot. When two main parts of this game, for the main campaign, is the combat and the story just outshines everything, and the combat is just meh. You know, it drags down the score a lot, in my personal opinion. So that's my final conclusion and thought on this game for Divinity Dragon Commander. A 7.5 out of 10 is not a bad thing. Definitely worth a second playthrough if you're looking for a game to where you can make major political decisions and major decisions in any game, really. And this is definitely for you. It's definitely worth a second playthrough too. So, is it worth $40? I say so. But if you're, waiting, if you want to wait a little bit, that's also fine, because again, the combat part of this game is not very good. You'll probably want to skip through it most of the time. That's how I felt at the end anyways. So, there you go. I hope you enjoy my playthrough. I hope you find my thoughts or insight to be helpful in deciding if you want to get this game or not. And I will see you next time on another playthrough. So, thank you for watching, and see you.